Wish everyone a happy new year. What I'm going to say might be biased because I'm a Hindu myself. We cremate, so some of the opinions I give will be personal, not county. So I want to clarify that in the beginning. So you might ask me if it is a county position or not, because some of the things I might say, because I have a bias since I'm a Hindu. What has happened recently is cremation has been accepted, but unfortunately by the elite. The ordinary people have not yet accepted cremation. The reason I think and I feel why they have not accepted cremation is the African tradition or culture. You know, we say that when somebody dies, he either goes to hell or heaven. Mtu anaenda peponi ama motoni. So when they see somebody set on fire, cremated, they say, oh, unaona, ameenda motoni huyu ako na madhambi mingi. So they have that psychology and mentality. But cremation is not setting fire to a body. Cremation is not what you think that when you're going to do nyama choma. No. Cremation is a ceremony. It's a very solemn and respectful ceremony. It is not done the way people think, because they have not seen, so that is the general opinion. So once they see that somebody is being cremated, and the way it is done with so much respect, is when they will appreciate. Now, when you see the elite doing it, people like the late Charles Nyonjo, Matiba, I'm the one who arranged Matiba's cremation. And, these are people who are exposed, they know. So I think people don't know. They just have that thing that it is fire. Fire is linked to hell, in the African culture or tradition. So I think that is the main reason. Plus, it is not encouraged by the church. Most of Kenyans are Catholics or Christians, so the church has not taken it up. So that could be another reason as to why cremation has not been accepted. In the whole world now, there are about 8 billion people, yeah? Can you imagine 8 billion to be put in a graveyard? How much land will be used? How much land will be used? Do we plant food or do we make graveyards? So one day we will have to accept, because it is the only way to dispose a body. I don't like to use dispose, but that's the way we talk. So it's the most economical, easiest way. Now let me talk to you about cremation in Hindu culture. Yes. Cremation, us Hindus, we believe our soul is just residing in a body. This body is of no use. It is the soul. Myself, I'm Hiten, but Hiten is the soul. It's not the body. You understand? So once the soul leaves the body, what is the body? The body is nothing. It's of no use. Yeah. That's why we even call disposal. It's a disposal, because Hindus believe that when the body dies, when somebody dies, the soul must be released as soon as possible. That's why you see cremation is done very fast. In Kenya, normally, we retain the body maybe a day or two, because a lot of us have relatives outside, so we wait for that 1 or 2 days. But if there's nobody coming from overseas, same day or next day we do the cremation. And called some priests in the churches in India, because in India they cremate. In the Vatican they cremate, the Roman Catholic, yes. They cremate. So I was wondering, if they are cremating, there must be something written somewhere. Mm-hmm. And the priests in India, I remember they had quoted some verses. I don't know them often, but they are there. Cremation is allowed. So the problem is not Kenya, it's the whole continent of Africa. People have not accepted cremation. But if the churches say that cremation is allowed, I think it will make a big impact. So it's the churches who have to start, then the others will follow. Cremation, the county has also too, but it's not being used. In a whole year, you might see only one cremation. So most people go to the Hindu crematorium in Karyakobi, because it's ready. Even if you take a body now, it's ready. Yeah, it's ready. There's nothing to prepare. So that's the problem. Once it's embraced, people say yes, they will be cremated. Even there'll be other private crematoriums which will come up, because it occupies very little space. 10 feet by 10 feet is enough. How big is a body? Okay, I'll tell you the procedure of death in a Hindu community in Kenya. Yes. It's normally generally for all the Hindus worldwide, but because I've seen the ones in Kenya, so I'll talk of that. When a family member loses somebody in a Hindu family, the first thing that happens is the family is not even involved in that cremation. They are left with all the time to mourn and to bear the shock of that death. There are special people in all our communities. We are also divided into communities. So all communities have their own people who do this handling of the cremation. From the minute they pick the body from the hospital to bring it to home and all the. Now the procedure is the body is washed a day before or on the same day it's cremated. Normally water, milk, honey. For male we use sandalwood and for females we use turmeric. The body is washed. It is then wrapped in a white cloth, and then the two toes of the legs are tied with a thread like this one. Then it is placed on a wooden, something like a ladder, two wood, and then it's placed on it, and then it is on the four edges we put coconuts, 4 coconuts. So 4 people can lift the body. So the rule is the body has to leave the house. It doesn't go straight from the mortuary. It comes to the house. There is a prayer which is done there by the family and close friends. Then it is taken to the crematorium. Again at the crematorium, the body is put on a table where some people can view it. When we say view, it's only the face, because the body is covered up to here, and some people, because not everybody can go home, so most people go to the crematorium. People view and pray. Then a prayer is conducted by the priest there at the crematorium, and the river water, the Ganges. The Ganges is the most sacred river in Indian in Hindu religion. So water from the Ganges is sprinkled on the body. We believe that water is the most purest. So that water is sprinkled. When that is happening, simultaneously the pyre is set. There is a place where the wood is kept. Now the body is placed on that pyre. Then the son, the eldest son, is the first person who has the right to do the official, fire. But so what he does is one long stick with a fire at the end is held in his hand. Then he goes around the body 7 times. Then the body is we know now. This is another clarification I want to give you. Cremation is not putting petrol and lighting a fire. That's why I'm saying it's very sacred. It's one of the sacred ceremonies which is done on a human body in Hindu religion. So this ghee, ghee in Swahili they call it samli, because ghee is from the cow. Even the cow is very sacred to Hindus. Ghee is poured, sandalwood, incense, different types of scents, and sim. There are some various herbs and fragrances are put on the body. Then the son lights the fire from the toe. So the fire is lit from the toe, and then the main fire is put below, and then the fire, starts. Then when that is happening, it's too much. People can't stand there. It's too hot. So we move to the side where there is a place where we all sit and do another prayer. That's now the final prayer. This whole process does not take more than 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, we are done. We are gone. There is nobody left at the crematorium in 15 minutes. Only the very close family, maybe the son and the uncles, they remain behind till the fire sort of settles. It's still on, but it settles to a certain level. Then they go home. Next day is when they come and pick the ashes. The funny thing is, you can see a big guy, 150 kilo, but the remains are just this much. They are put in an urn. We use a clay urn in Hindus. We don't use this metallic. We use clay urn. They are put in a urn the next day because it's cold now. And then it's taken home. Again, a small prayer. Prayer doesn't mean you call the whole clan or the whole all your friends. Just the family who does the prayer. Then it is now submitted into a running river or water or like an ocean or lake. Yeah, a lot of people from Nairobi go towards Thika because there are rivers there or 14 falls where the water is flowing, and the ashes are submitted in that running water. That's the end. Finish. Our mourning is over that day. There are some people who would keep it till they go to India. Maybe somebody has said that my ashes should be put in the Ganges or in the river near my village. There's the people who say that. Yeah. So those families would keep those ashes. Mostly, 99%, they are done around Nairobi. If they're in Nairobi, they're in another town around there. There must be a place there doing it.
It's placed in water,
it dissolves in the water, and that's the end of it. The mourning period is over now. Cremation cost is very little, negligible. You say like in Nairobi County, our cremation is less than 50,000.
50,000.
Less than, yeah. Yeah. How much is a harambe for funeral? It goes in millions. Yeah?
True.
So you can see even that. Buying a coffin, people eating every day, doing the harambe, during the funeral, bus is running up and down, somebody going at the other end of the country, Less than 50K. Like Hindus, we are not charged. We give voluntary what we want to give. Say if I die, my family, when they cremate me, we give voluntarily what we give. And normally we give more than 50,000. There are some who cannot afford, we might give less, but most people give more than. For non-Hindus, it is a little more, maybe 100,000 maximum. It was over. And in 3 hours, everything was done. 3 hours, everything was finished. So cremation is a way to go in future. Whether we adopt it now or after 100 years, we will have to adopt. That's my prediction, that one day we will have to adopt cremation because you can't do graveyards. Otherwise, there will be no buildings, there will be graveyards everywhere. So one day, if not us, our grandchildren or their grandchildren, we will have to adopt cremation. Even all this you see like, I'm sure you'll find it eventually, even in Jonjo's case, some relatives might have objected. But if the person has himself consented, why should somebody stop his wishes? Why? If you say that you don't want to be buried and you want to be cremated, why should your relative object? You understand? You also believe in spirits. Huh? The spirits will haunt that person. So, if somebody has consented himself, they shouldn't hold.